We'll let Coach Stoops make a brief opening statement and then open the floor for questions.
I'd first start off by my compliments to the entire Sugar Bowl committee, the people in New Orleans, the hotel, the practice site here at the Superdome, on and on and on. It's just been an incredible week, and everybody's just been fantastic. Compliments to Auburn, Coach Malzahn and his team having an excellent year. Very good football team, and played a good game tonight. I really can't say enough how proud I am of my players, the way they've handled themselves. Not only this entire week, but the whole month leading up to the game. They've really been attentive in meetings. They practiced hard and took care of themselves, you know, around New Orleans here this entire week. Not one guy was late to a meeting or anything else. So they really invested in it, and it showed tonight. Really proud of the way they played. You know, in all parts of the game, I thought we were tough, physical, both sides of the ball, executed well. Compliments to the assistant coaches who put together an excellent game plan, and to these guys up here and the job they did. Would recognize Samaje. He doesn't want me to do it, but to be the all-time leading rusher at a place like Oklahoma, when you look at the lineage of running backs that we've had through the decades, to be the all-time leading rusher is really something special. So the entire team took a lot of pride in that.
Questions for Coach or the student athletes? Right here in the front.
The first two drives of the game, the offense really just couldn't get anything going, but from there on, it seemed like you guys were pretty much unstoppable. What changed after that first quarter?
It's really just execution. Same thing defensively. Our execution early, I think some of the pace of play and some of the different formations they gave us, you know, just caught us. Even though you prepare for them, you know, we weren't ready to respond quick enough, and then we settled down and did. Same thing offensively. Once we settled down and recognized what they were doing, we handled it really well.
Right here, please.
Yeah, Barry Trammell, the Oklahoman. Baker, Auburn's pass rush seemed to really be intense first quarter, maybe quarter and a half. You evaded it pretty well, but the longer the game went, the less intense that pressure got. What were you guys doing that sort of made their pass rush wither?
It also happens just how the game goes. As the game goes on, and our tempo wears on them, as well as the run game. You know, it wasn't what we wanted in the first half, but our backs pound people, and so it wears on people. And so, you know, when they're having to worry about stopping the run, that's when we were able to kind of drop back with some play action and things like that, and get the ball downfield. And it, vice versa, opens up the run game, and run game opens up the pass game.
For both Baker and Bob, the decision to go with it for it on 4th and 4 and the pass to Westbrook. Could you talk about what was the thinking going into it and just the execution, and how big of a play was that in the game?
Well, I have great confidence. Probably the biggest factor is confidence in Baker and the offense. The other factor is you saw us miss a much closer field goal later in the game that I didn't have great confidence in long field goals lately for us. And so it made it a pretty easy decision for me.
And James Hale, Sports Talk 1400, the ref.
He wasn't done answering the fourth down question.
No, it's just we had practiced that look. Coach Riley did a great job of setting that play up, you know, giving us a good look, and the scout team guys did as well. You know, they tried to switch off the coverage with Dede and try and what we call a combo coverage, and just recognition throughout the week, and we practiced it I don't know how many times, and so we recognized that, and we're able to get the ball downfield, and Dede made a great play.
James Hale, Sports Talk 1400, the ref. Samaje, I know you really don't want to talk about it, but we have to ask you. It's such a great honor with all the great running backs at Oklahoma, and that you're going to sit atop that rushing leader. You're such a classy guy. Talk about the fact that you're now the all-time leading rusher at OU.
It really hasn't hit me yet, you know, and I don't know exactly when it's going to hit me, but, you know, I'm just excited that, you know, we got the win and, you know, we got it in the fashion that we did, and, you know, I'm just ready to celebrate with my team.
So make it quick.
Right here, please.
Myron Patton, Fox 25, Oklahoma City. Baker, how much of some of the misdirection, some of the things with Dede and motion, seemed like there were a lot of things we hadn't seen. How much of that is new, or how much of that's just in the playbook you guys hadn't gotten to this season?
We've have a lot of motions. You know, normally throughout the year we had a bunch of two-back motions where we're motioning one of the guys out of the backfield, and you know we saw some stuff on film that we liked, where other teams throughout the year had some success motion receivers, and trying to create some confusion, and that's what it does, and that's part of our offense. We have a lot of motions, a lot of shifts, stuff like that. For that reason, we just translated it to the receivers this time.
Right here in the front.
Coach, after everything Joe's been through the past couple weeks, so what was it like to see him perform the way he did and see the team kind of unite around him the way they did every time he had a big play?
Well, it's pleasing. He's a great young man that we've talked about it a lot, that he has a second chance, and he's making the most of it. He's a great teammate to these guys. He's one of the most popular guys in the locker room, and because of the energy and positive he gives to the other guys. And so it was great to see him go out tonight and really have another, excellent game.
Right here towards the front, please.
Jordan, you guys, Oklahoma in general has kind of been at the forefront of this SEC narrative the last couple of years, and you guys have gone 4-0 the last 4 years against the SEC. So what is do you have any sort of motivation going into this, saying you want to prove you guys belong up at the top of that conversation like that?
I mean, football's football at the end of the day. I don't think it really cares on what conference you're in. As long as you guys just line up and play the way you're supposed to play, and the better team's always going to win. And tonight I felt like it was us, and that's why we came out on top.
Maybe just bury that narrative.
Yeah.
Jordan, you're
I hear you. Yeah.
You gave up a touchdown on the first drive of the game. Didn't come easy to them, but they scored. You kept them out of the end zone until the last play of the game. What happened between the first series and the rest of the game where you guys just sort of took command?
Like Coach kind of mentioned earlier, it was just some technique stuff and execution stuff that we had to fix on our side of the ball. And once we started doing that and kind of lining right and stuff like that, we started shutting down their run game, putting them in predictable situations, and keep them out the end zone.
Jordan, along that line, you were the guy the other day who said y'all's pride was kind of hurt when the Texas Tech AD said your defense wasn't good enough to be in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. How much of a statement did y'all feel like y'all made tonight, except in the first and last drives, I guess?
I mean, I think we just showed that we can play. The statement we make is going to set us up for next year, and all those young guys that made a lot of good plays tonight, they're going to just take over and just keep this thing rolling next year.
Right here in the back.
Kerry Murdoch from Rivals.com. Bob, I don't know that you've ever had a season quite like this when you've had, coming off of 2 national championships in 05. You've had 09 where you lose your Heisman Trophy winner. You've had 06 where you kicked your quarterback off the team. But I don't know that you've had this much turmoil in one season. What does it say to you about the guys on your team, the players that were able to win 10 in a row to finish the season?
Well, it shows the strength, I think, of our character overall. We're a prideful team. They're a very close team. Guys care and respect one another. And we're a confident team, regardless of people that try and rattle the cage and shake your confidence. We kept confident the entire season. We stayed positive with each other the entire season, and trusted our system, trusted our methods and the way we do things. And we built on it. We improved as we went through the year, and we fought through, the outside noise, and kept to ourselves. And in our building, it can't be any more positive. And so that means a lot. We take that to the field.
We have time for 2 more questions. We'll start right here.
Coach, I just wanted your thoughts on the playoff system in general. Do you think that it will expand from 4 to 8? And if you do believe that, realistically, when do you think that would happen?
Well, I think if you went from 4 to 8, just get rid of then championship games. They become insignificant, and I don't think that's probably a positive. So I don't think the players' schedule accommodates more games. They're not NFL players. Some of them have NFL bodies right now, but not the bulk of the team. To start playing 15 and 16 games at this level. And I don't think their academic schedule and turning pro schedule and everything else accommodates that. So I think it's right where it ought to be, and I'd hate to see championship conference championship games become insignificant.
Final question in the back.
Baker, in the post game when you were named the MVP, you also saluted Samaje. Could you talk about what it was like to be in the huddle as he was getting closer? You always seem to be a guy that knows where he's at a little bit, even though Samaje may not or not care, but you always seem to know a little bit. So what was it like what was the sideline, what was the huddle like as you guys were getting close?
Right before that last drive, I had talked to Ty Darlington on the sideline. I asked him to give me an update on the yardage mark because I knew it had to be somewhere close, and he was 30 yards away. So, and I told the offensive line, and so they kind of geared up, and I said, we still got to finish it out the right way, but there's just some extra motivation for you. And so that record means a lot, and so the whole drive down the field, I was kind of doing the math in my head, and he finally made that last long run, and it was just enough. And I went and hugged him. It means a lot. And like Coach Stoops said, and you talk about the tradition of running backs that have come through OU. And, he'll never talk about it, but that's pretty special. And just to be out there on the field with him, it's pretty special to me.
Gentlemen, congratulations and thank you for your
Thank you.
time.
Thank you.